Guys, if you are struggling with your drive and you're struggling to control your club face, then we need to talk about what you are doing with your wrist. Today we're at the fantastic Lofton Links here in Norway, and we thought we'd bring a little bit of hack motion to you. So talking about feel and reel is a big thing in golf, and this training aid right here can help you. So what we want to do is, a lot of people say, well, I feel like I do this, and it could be the total opposite of what you are actually doing. We want you to have feedback to improve your game this year and start to lower your scores, because after all we want to do is hit the drive a little bit better. If we do that, we know we can get your irons, shorter irons, a little bit closer to the hole, and then hopefully we've been working on that putting and we can start to get you holing a few more putts. And guys, if you're wanting to get good at golf, then do make sure to hit that subscribe button. But let's talk about the biggest thing that both myself and James do see out here, and this is when we're in our setup and we'll start to see that potentially we have a very weak grip. So a lot of people get into this position here where you can't see any knuckles. So I can just see my thumb straight down the left-hand side of that grip if you're a right-handed golfer. And from here, we often start to see this happen with the club face. We start to see straight away that position there. We know that that's not matching my spine angle, and that would be classed as open. So if you film your swing and you start to have a look at that, then this is what you are going to see. If you see this, this could be a massive indication, or the only indication, of why you lose the golf ball to the right. What we see from there is when we're in that position and we get to the top, we often see a lot of cupping in this wrist, and you can then see that that club face again is wide open at the top of that backswing. And then from there I can make a good motion down, I can turn my body, I can sequence fantastically. I do that, and that is where that club face is pointing. So often it is way open, it is pointing a long way to the right, but also potentially there we could top the shot. So if you're somebody who does top a few drives, maybe think about that. Think about what you're doing with your wrist. If you're somebody who's opening that up, and maybe get a friend to film that and start to see, right, what am I doing with my club face, either on the takeaway, because that is one of the biggest indicators for me, what we are doing at this position here, if it is open or if it is closed. That is going to be a big indication to what we then see at the top. This will be closed, so if you take the club face away and you start to see this, once we get to the top, we're going to see that wrist is bowed. So using the hack motion, if we get into this position, you are going to get feedback of what angle exactly you've got. And we've got some drills on there to start to help you when you come down to the golf ball. And this is what you're likely going to see. Again, if we overbow your wrist, we're going to start to see this right here, taking a lot of loft off, and we are opening up that left-hand side, which on this case at Lofton Links on the second hole, I have to think about that now, third hole even, the famous one is behind me, is we're going to go straight into the sea, and that's not where we want to be. So start to get into a good routine here, start to work on getting that club head neutral. If I can get that neutral here, that's a good checkpoint for me. And then again from there up to the top, we've got this wrist nice and neutral. I'm not seeing that it's extended, we're not seeing that it is flexed. So from there, we know exactly what we're doing with that club face. So a couple of practice swings there. Again, get this takeaway right, start to see what your wrist is doing, and we're going to be able to do that. And like we mentioned at the start of this video, guys, Bobby's just nearly gone off the cliff there. We wouldn't want that, Bobby. What we want to do is, if you start to see a certain pattern with that club face, you might need to start to change your grip. So like I say, if you had a weak grip, we might start to see that club face open. So what we then want to do from there is think about our grip. I want you to start to think, we want to see two knuckles ideally, and if you've got the hack motion sensor on, for example, you can see that, and you can see the writing on your glove. That is a good point to be. If you're somebody who takes the club face away and it's closed, we might see that we're seeing your left knuckle, we're seeing your index finger knuckle. We've got a really strong grip, we're like this, and that's going to encourage us to take that club face away closed and return it closed again. So we don't want to be seeing that, so we can get a nice neutral grip. If we've got that neutral grip, we can then get that into a routine, we can start to practice that good, and then from there commit to your shot. And no movement whatsoever there, straight towards that target, and that, guys, is going to help you hit more fairways. That's going to help you lower your scores and enjoy your golf that little bit more.